Hello everyone, today I have a very important video to make. Finally, Sean Strickland and Ian Garry have had an encounter. We've been waiting for this to happen since pretty much Sean Strickland came out and called Ian Garry some very vulgar things in regards to him and his wife's situation, as well as we got some more insight to Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill recently, if you didn't know, got arrested. You probably seen his mugshot online going through the whole wave of Twitter. He got arrested for apparently hurting his brother in a very horrific manner, but we didn't know why it happened. We didn't know what led up to this happening. So guess what? TMZ came out and gave us an insight to what actually went down between those two, between Jamal Hill and his brother, James Hill Jr. So in this video today, I will give you the information that you so desire, as well as give you my take about each individual situation. Starting off with Ian Garry and Sean Strickland. So apparently these two met in the UFC PI, and I thought that if these two were to ever encounter each other, it would be instant hands. It would be immediately fireworks on upon arrival. There would be these two guys just duking it out. Ian Garry coming over there, probably having some choice words for Sean Strickland, and Strickland probably responding with some sort of, fighting going on because these guys are fighters. But that is not what happened. It actually turned into basically, in my opinion, some high school drama where they both saw each other, but there never was an actual interaction between them. I won't waste any more time trying to give you guys some pre-context to what happened, so I'll just go ahead and play the video now. Basically, it's Strickland giving his take or giving his synopsis of the situation that happened. Here we go.
Guys, I went to the PI today and I ran into Ian Garry. Awkward, man, awkward. He looked at me hard, security had to escort us around. Kind of awkward shit, right? I'm laughing my ass off. But anyways, Garry, I don't hate you, dude. I actually like you. I think you're a funny little dweeb. You make me laugh. I think you're a dumbass kid who got some pussy that was too good for him and it got in his head and it you up I look at you like a victim. I don't want to fight you, bro. I'm happy for your success. I'm happy for you. But if you look at me hard and you're feeling some kind of way, if you're feeling some kind of way that you need to get this shit handled and you want to look at me hard and that's what you want, slide up in the DMs, bro. I don't want it, but if that's what you want, you know where to find me, man.
So yeah, that is Sean Strickland, but it does make sense why the UFC would not want these two guys to fight each other in the middle of their facility. I'm sure they want to keep security around and keep these two guys under wraps. It would be a bad look to have these two guys just scrap because they hate each other, and then one of them getting injured, and that ruins the whole 299 card or whatever card it is, 297 card with Strickland and Duplessis. And then it ruins Ian Garry because he's fighting in 2 weeks. So you don't want to have these guys interact and to potentially fight each other because it will really hinder a card, potentially ruin a card if one of them does get hurt. So I do understand the UFC trying to keep things under wraps, but we want to see what we want to see. I want to see Strickland scrap down with Ian Garry in a sparring session, in an actual fight. I don't care what happened. I want to see these guys actually throw some hands. Ian Garry has all this pent-up anger. He is very, very frustrated with Strickland. He even threatened to sue him at one point. So I can understand why Ian Garry would want to throw some hands, but the distant stare, the high school drama where I'm going to look at you from far away and give you this mean mug, dirty look. Come on, bro. Or older than that. You guys are men. Just be men. I know you guys have beef, but if I'm Ian Garry, man, I'm going to have some choice words for Sean Strickland. I'm going to want to approach him, but all it took was some security guards to back you off. Bro might be a little bit apprehensive to approach Sean Strickland, which that makes sense to me, bro. I guess I don't know what you would really do in this situation if I was Ian Garry, but you have threatened to sue this guy, and all you have is a stare to give him back whenever he has supposedly disrespected you. I don't know. Sean Strickland's take about this, I don't think he cares at all. Obviously, in the video, he kind of just details that he likes Ian Garry, which is, I don't really think he believes that. I think he's just more so indifferent. I don't know, man. Ian Garry just came off. If this is what actually happened, if this is actually what went down, Ian Garry, you're soft, boy. Ian Garry, if you're threatening to sue Sean Strickland, but you can't go over there and approach him like a man and have a civil discussion or at least talk to him about it, and if things evolve into whatever, into fighting, then guess what? It happens. But if you can go over there and just talk to him like a real man, then I don't know, bro. Maybe security was keeping him away the entire time, but I feel like, bro, you have plenty of time to go out there to at least introduce yourself, to be like, Sean, bro, like, listen, quit talking about my wife. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a parking lot, right? You probably know where Strickland trains, man. Like, if you wanted to actually really get on Strickland's case, you would go out there and spar him. If you wanted to actually put Strickland in his place and not sue him like you shouldn't do, because you shouldn't sue him, because guess what? That would be a very beta move. But if you wanted to actually get on Strickland and make him shut up, maybe you should go over to where he trains and maybe do a little sparring session to where it's, legal somewhat and that you can get your frustrations out. But you're going to sit back and just watch him walk around with security around you. I don't know, man. If this is true, bro, it looks pretty bad on Ian Garry. I don't know, bro, but get your game up, Ian Garry. But we had some more news hit the MMA scene. We actually got the details of what happened between Jamal Hill and his brother. If you didn't know, Jamal Hill got arrested not too long ago for apparently DV, if you don't know what that means, figure it out. But he got arrested for hurting his brother in altercation, got arrested for it, and he is, I think, pending a court case. I don't know. But the details we didn't know about, but it came out today what exactly happened in a police report filed by the police, obviously, of what James Hill, which is Jamal Hill's brother, had to say, or whatever he was saying to the cops after the altercation. It's a whole long report, but basically what happened is that I think Jamal Hill asked his brother to take care of his house while he was away. And then when they got back from the airport, which James had picked up Jamal from the Michigan airport, when they got back a short time later, they realized that the house had been totally vacated for months and the electricity in the unit had been turned off, causing basically all the food in the house to be spoiled and rotten, which probably led to them having an argument, which led to the ultimate whatever. And then I guess afterwards, Jamal Hill offered to pay his brother some money to clean up the house, him and his wife, for $300. But I guess James forgot that he didn't clean the chest freezer in the garage, which I think led to an argument between him and Jamal Hill, which apparently Jamal Hill punched him in the face, dropped him. Then as he was getting back up, hit him again, and then I think knocked him out. The police got called, shit happens, and now they're in a whole pretty much legal dispute now, and it doesn't look good for Jamal. But the reason that I wanted to get into this, because apparently what Jamal Hill's brother had to say in the little argument was kind of, maybe there was some truth to it, and that's what made Jamal Hill so angry. So basically what happened, right? James Hill asked Jamal why he never texted his own daughter that was at their house for Thanksgiving, accused Jamal Hill of being disrespectful towards women and abandoning his own daughter. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, typically people don't say these things unless they want to get a rise out of you, and that there always is some level of truth behind it. Now, how much truth is there behind it? I don't know. Is Jamal Hill a deadbeat dad? I don't know. Obviously, we have to wait till some more information comes out about this, but it does look like his brother was saying some pretty deep-rooted, like some really hurtful things to Jamal Hill, and he responded by smacking him in the face, pretty much, punching him in the face and knocking him down. And if what your brother's saying is true, man, you gotta hold yourself accountable. I don't care what he said. He's your family. Obviously, you have a relationship with him because you trusted him enough to take care of your home while you were away, I believe, or you paid him some money to take care of your home. So obviously, there's some level of trust in your relationship. And I understand, man, shit happens and you beef with your family all the time. But your brother didn't even call the police on you. You called the police. Your brother was actually looking out for you and didn't want to call the police so that your UFC career would be saved. And what that tells me is that you're self-reporting this, man. Maybe there's some level of guilt in you. You reported this incident, man, and it just looks really bad on you, as well as this was in front of your 3 kids. Listen, I understand you beef with your family, you have some issues, and shit goes down, and fights happen all the time between brothers. It's normal, it's the way of the world, bro, but you shouldn't be brutally beating up your brother in front of your kids. Your 3 kids, you knocked his tooth out, you badly hurt him. I know that. This wouldn't be that big of a deal if you just like landed one punch and he was fine. You badly messed him up. And this was in front of your 3 kids, your daughters. If you're going to mess up your brother so bad in front of your kids, man, you have to have some level of maturity and restraint to make sure your kids aren't witnessing this. Hello, I just want to clarify this real quick. I don't actually mind Jamal Hill throwing hands with his brother. If somebody is coming at me with my family, if they're attacking my family, then they are fighting words. I deem those, whatever his brother said, to be fighting words. It's the fact that it's in front of the children, and we have to keep them not involved, if you know what I mean. At the end of the day, man, whatever your kids see or witness, triumphs, whatever you're feeling at the moment. I hate to be that kind of guy, but you should never be doing these things. I think it's pretty fair, but you shouldn't be doing any of these things in front of your kids. Again, I understand things get heated, but with your kids there, you have to have some level of restraint to hold yourself back from really doing something bad. And this, guess what happens? Guess what happens? This happened. You end up in jail. Now you have a whole court hearing, and now this whole thing is really dramatized where you could have just not messed them up and just left it at what it was and then went on about your day, your life. And your kids are probably like, holy shit, a little bit traumatized. Like, that shit hurts. Like, I don't know how young his daughters are, man, but if they're very young, man, that thing really affects a child. You just have to show some more self-restraint in the future. So that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know how you feel about Ian Garry versus Sean Strickland and how you feel about this whole Jamal Hill versus his brother situation. Let me know that in the comment section down below. But I'm going to get my ass out of here. You guys have a great day. I'm out of here. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for notifications. Peace.